Can't say that now. You get arrested.
Yeah.
Next thing I got. So his mum blows up at him, rightly so.
Yeah.
And then I think she kicks him out.
Yeah. She throws him out. Yeah. But the dad was always going to throw him out, wasn't he?
And then, so he doesn't go to work for a day. Literally a day. So he misses the next day. He misses the next day of work, or maybe the next 2 days. And I wrote, are people noticing a guy in the mail room missing for a day or two?
He would back then.
The mail room?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Isn't that a whole stereotype like you got to start in the mail room, implying that it's like the lowest?
Oh, it would have been. Yeah, but he still had a boss in the mail room. So
yeah, but he was a lad.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, back then, your work ethic was you went to work every day. He took a sick day earlier in the week, which is obviously unheard of, and then he never went to doctors. He went driving around trying to find pills for Brighton.
Didn't get a note.
Huh?
Didn't get a note.
He didn't get a note. So that was obviously... And then the following week, he's had the Monday off because it's the bank holiday, Monday. So he's had the Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. And then because he got locked up, he hasn't come back until So he's had another day off. And that's why they said to him, 1 day bank holiday is not enough for you. And you had a day off last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So now he had to go and see the boss.
All right, so he's back. I think he just quit. And then I wrote, this really gets me, this next part. Wait, did that chick just start hooking up with his friend?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This time they had no morals, and she was and she was smitten with the guy. She was all over the new friend, hanging all off him. What the fuck? Clearly bros before hoes wasn't invented in 1960s. That really got that to me was like, what?
Well,
but then I'm like, okay, 1960s, we always hear about how, the 60s and the 70s were a bit freer, but I'm like, it's still...
Well, they were, because...
But that's coming back now, though, isn't it? Think about it.
I don't know.
That sort of... Yeah. That sort of...
Free love
behaviour thing is coming back, and I'm like...
Well...
I don't know whether I don't know if you're allowed to be mad at that.
60s, contraception was a thing. Whereas it wasn't really before that, you see.
Yeah.
So that was the start of free love. And the 70s, contraception and drugs. 80s, AIDS. No more free love.
Shit. When you put it like that, damn.
90s, drugs came about again. Ecstasy, free love, summer of love, all started again. I can't tell you much after that. 2000s, probably. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Where are we in 2024? You're telling me it's free love everywhere again?
Porn on tap. No human interaction whatsoever.
In your headsets. One of them headsets.
Headset.
All right, we've gone off track. But that's what it was about. Anyway. But yeah, his mate couldn't wait. If you watch the film, his mate couldn't wait to snatch her up at the riot.
Yeah.
And he's riding her home. Not on his scooter.
Good one.
On his scooter, taking her back. She's laughing. Poor old Jimmy's locked up.
Yeah, and so this is, again, I don't know. That
no wonder he's going to be annoyed. When he goes in there, like that, imagine, he's thinking he's
finally got with the girl I've been pining for years, or who knows. But
I don't know why he didn't just go with Monkey. That's the other thing. The other thing that I've thought of. I always think that as well. Why not just stay with Monkey instead of... can't think of her name. What's her name in it? What's the girl's name?
The one with the short hair again.
Yeah, no. That's Monkey.
Oh, okay.
That's the one who worked in the chemist and had the pills and
really
liked him at the party. Wanted to kiss him.
The other one was clearly hotter. Anyway.
Yeah, but he liked but the little one would have been a much better partner.
Yeah, that pissed me off because... I guess
she went down there with, what's his name? Pete.
Left with him.
Pete.
Yeah, I guess I should have seen it coming, but I don't know. Maybe I'm too close-minded or old school to be comfortable with that. But for me, that really was like...
Dawn. Is it Dawn?
I don't know.
I can't remember it. Her actual name is Leslie Ash.
Okay. All right, next one I got. This is another thing. Add to the list why I hate this little jerk. bangs on the front door.
Yeah.
Of his,
Calls his dad.
of his own home, and then
Yeah,
scurries
waits.
back onto his little scooter and scurries off. Just leave me alone, son. I kicked you out. Fuck off.
I like that scene.
I hated it.
I like it. You're you old spunker. And like just winds his dad
waking
up.
up the whole street.
Yeah, get back in here. The whole street don't want to know our business.
What a little shit. Okay, and then we get to the whole.
Can I go back to a scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this to me, when I watched it again, because I always get something different from it. I always love it. Some bits, like you say, annoy me. Some bits I'm 100% with. But I actually own, as you know, a Lambretta. That's me.
So you, is it?
That's me, the handsome lad.
Zoom in on that.
Yeah, zoom in on that. You can look at that. He's got his scarf. He's got his parker on. He's looking.
Fuck off.
But what were we going to say about my scooter?
Just flexing on your Lambretta.
Yeah. 1967 original Lambretta Li 150 from Spain, actually. So one of the European ones, not your Asian trash. That's the Asian market wiped out.
Yeah, sorry to the Asians out there.
We've only got 39 subscribers. So 38 now. I know one who's going to still subscribe. You know him too. Sorry to him. He knows who he is. He'll be furious, won't he?
Yeah. You, Sam?
They are the most temperamental machines ever made.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, my word. Like,
hope it starts. Oh, thank God.
You can start a Lambretta. If a Lambretta starts first time, that's like a unicorn. Yeah, like that's not happening. Like, and you can be riding it for an hour, park it up for 5 minutes, grab a brew, try and kick it over again. It's embarrassed you. And everyone's looking because they're waiting for it not to start. So to go and smash up some gangsters, proper gangsters, Jaguar,
yep,
and not have your scooter started, I watch it and I'm like, even though I know it's going to start because it starts and I've seen it every time, it's not going to change, is it? It's like, start your scooter first, then go and smash it up. Like the three of them would have got, I would imagine, they would have got, they would have been, they were never riding scooters again. They would have gone under a motorway bridge.
That's the thing that I actually thought that throughout the movie. Whenever he did try and be a sneaky bastard, knock on the door and run off, they would do it and then kick the scooter and then drive off. If that scooter didn't start, you'd be in serious trouble.
Oh, yeah.
That got my anxiety going up. I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
And also, part of that is, that's not going to get forgotten about. He's already been in and told him who he is.
Yeah, who he is.
Although he lied and said he was Charlie's nephew.
Yeah, something like that.
But it ain't going to be very hard to work out. They're not going to, only going to make 2 phone calls and they're going to work out it's Jimmy.
Yeah.
And they're not going to let that go.
Which again, I was like, oh, is this going to be another plot point?
Yeah.
It's not.
No, it didn't go anywhere.
It's fine. It is what it is. Yeah. But
that was remember, the whole thing is only filmed over a few days.
Yeah. I think behind the scenes said it took like 2 weeks or something like that.
I think, the whole thing is only a couple of, it's only it's leading up to Brighton, going to Brighton, after Brighton.
Again, when they did trash that drug dealer's car, I was like, these guys are like dweebs. What are they doing? Where is this sense of like testosterone invincibility coming from? And I guess that's from part of one of the Quadrophenia personalities. Is just
and also they
overconfident.
Well, a pack, aren't they? They're a gang. They're a pack. You know, they were like
one of my mates who started trashing the car. Like,
well, I mean, they've all chipped in £3. We've just decided how much money we've already that's a lot of money. That was their bank holiday drugs money. They've all chipped it in, and now you can't go back in and go, can I get my £3 back because you just sold me some bad drugs? So they've got to do something. It's that impetuous youth of like, well, he's done something to me, I've got to do something to him. Not thinking it through, because if you actually sat there and went, imagine we had a 5-minute discussion on this and went, so we smash this Jag up, and then you go, these are pretty heavy gangsters with shooters, without a doubt, having backroom boxing fights in a pub.
But they will respect us. Yeah, you're right, let's do it. Anyway.
If you had the time to think that through, you'd go, I'll let that £3 slide because we'll get our kneecaps blown off or probably buried.
Let's at least steal it. So from here, so back on to, he bangs on, his missus is left, well, his partner, the girl he likes is off with his mate. He's kicked out of home.
Lost his job.
So
everything.
Boom, he's down, he's the lowest of the low.
Everything is spoiled. When he went to Brighton, he was in his new suit.
Yeah.
He'd been hooking up with Leslie Ash.
Yep. So everything's on the lowest at the moment.
He's thinking he's one of the faces.
Now he's lost
his mates.
He's dancing and everything.
What's that kind of dancing is that?
He's dancing he's doing this on the thing.
I thought you were stabbing dragons again.
Yeah, to the left. Oh, look out! Yeah, he gets kicked out of the club.
Why does he do that though? Again,
because he's trying to impress. He's trying to be top face of the Ace. Sting's there doing his.
That's the thing.
Dancing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna.
He's lost the limelight, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's got to get the limelight back. So he throws it, and again, what a move that is! Throwing yourself over. Like if everyone just stepped out of the way, that's going to really hurt.
Yeah.
But he don't get him anywhere, does it? Because
gets him kicked out.
He's a hero for a minute in there, and then all his mates carry on dancing. Monkey's upset for 1 minute in there, and then she's dancing away. His mate Dave, he's dancing.
So good points, but I'll bring us back onto my notes now. Okay.
Yeah.
What you showed me before, this makes sense. I've written down here. So this is the scene where he's leaving town. He's on the train now. Okay.
So he's going back to Brighton.
So we don't know that yet. All we know is that he's leaving town. His scooter's been smashed.
Postman.
So the postman. So he's.
So now he's lost everything.
Yeah. So he smashed
his scooter's ruined.
His identity.
He tried to get back with Leslie Ash.
And she's gone, fuck off.
She says you're mental. She's seen it.
So he's on the train, and he's
already nutted his mate.
He's having his breakdown here. I wrote, "Is the eyeliner significant?" And then you showed me the photo of the album where there's photos of him, and there's a scene where there's blokes on the train all gassed out as well.
Yeah.
So, is the eyeliner meant to signify something, or is that just him wigging out?
That's just him losing the plot. Yeah,
I think it looked cool the day.
Well, you didn't want to go for it when it was your face.
Well, I would do that.
But do you like how he sat in the middle of? He's seen his old boss on the train.
Yeah.
And then he sat in the middle of all those bowler-hatted businessmen, and he's just like
the photo, which is really good.
Juxtaposition of where he
wants to be and all the man versus.
So he's lost everything. He's lost it. 1 weekend away, and he lost his mates, his girlfriend, his job, and his scooter. Everything that mattered to him, everything that made him who he was, he has lost it all. And the only time he felt happy and fulfilled was in Brighton, where he thought he was somebody.
Which is why
he's going back. There. He's going back.
So from here,
and then that blows his mind.
I got 4 more notes I've written down, so I'll talk about them. So the scene where he goes to the diner, he goes to the beach, he's walking across. The scene where he comes across Sting's scooter.
Yep.
I've written down. You're not going to believe this. I accidentally bumped the controller and it went on to 1.5 times speed. And I watched the rest of the movie like that.
You didn't.
I did.
Have you not seen the end of the movie properly?
No, I did. 1 time fast speed. It's not. It's still watchable. It's just a bit quicker because there's another note I've written down here.
Well, I wish I'd done that with Dungeons and Dragons from the beginning.
The last 15...
2 hours and 16 minutes or whatever it was.
The last 15 minutes worth of this film, 3 montages could have been 1 5-minute montage. It got a bit long.
That's the trouble with, I think, your generation. You want everything now.
I think I did, but it went from...
You want your music too quick.
It went from 1 montage of him at the eating at a diner, to another montage of him at the beach, to another montage of him back in the alleyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just make it all 1 montage.
Nah, it was good. It built it. I
got dinner to cook. Let's go.
Nah.
Anyway.
You know why, though? Because all of those things were the good stuff while he went down there. All of those things
still could have been a good 1 montage.
Nah,
it just took too long.
The alleyway, he was happy in the alleyway for obvious reasons. He was happy at the diner. He was having He was chatting with his mate who had an egg sandwich,
And
and
that
they
egg
were talking
sandwich
about
did
stuff.
look pretty good. It was slopping. I'm like,
Yeah, I know. I always think that as well. Yeah,
No,
all
rude
of that.
little bastard. Feet off the tables. Oh, fuck off. I'm like, what do you... Have some respect. Anyway, youth. Anyway.
Different generation, Preston.
So yeah, and then the last note I have is, did he jump off the mod? Because as we discussed,
The scooter.
Sorry, the scooter. As we discussed, this movie has two different endings. If you think he jumps off this with the scooter, you think, he offs himself. Unfortunate. But if he doesn't jump off, you're thinking that's him leaving that past behind.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He
Now
doesn't
he's
jump
gonna
off.
grow up, and now he's gonna.
Which is why you don't see his body. You just see the scooter.
Which is what
and
I
the
thought.
scooter smashing, and then that he stopped dancing.
Yeah.
Like brilliant. And
So-
then you see, and then then it makes sense because at the start of the film,
So you're saying that's him?
that's
start
him
of the
walking back up the hill, having lost the scooter.
How do you know that?
Well, I know. I just know it is. I know it is.
Is it not him last time coming back
No,
from
no,
Brighton
no.
when they did start the fight the first time?
No. So he's on the cliffs. He puts the scooter over the top. The sun goes down, and
Sting
he's
scooter, by the way. Another
Sting
added to
scooter.
the list.
I know. Yeah, I do think that. Yeah. Well, he lost his scooter. So yeah,
Sting's
but
rich, apparently.
he's not rich though. That's the whole point of that. That is the final straw in Jimmy's mind because everything made
He's
sense.
a bellboy.
Yeah.
Just like the song on the album.
Yeah. So everything made sense, and
so he's not rich. He's a poser.
yeah, he's not rich. He's
Oh,
nothing.
mate,
He's a fraud.
Poser, bro.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He is like all of that. The suit, the scooter,
And he can't even dance.
all of that. Nah, he can dance.
Yeah.
But he's got all of that, and everyone. But so you, and he's like a mystery, and you don't know what he does. He's like, I'll pay it now if you don't mind.
And
He's got to go, and basically
working
he
for the
runs
man.
around, after the man in the lowest form of. He's a bellboy.
Nothing,
he's
no
literally-
disrespect to the bellboys.
Yeah, but so Jimmy was probably had a better job. Jimmy had a better job than the ace face, and see, was the last thing that ruined it for
This
him.
wasn't tall.
Yeah,
This movie hates tall people.
yeah,
Short people.
Well, everyone does. Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I think that was the final straw. So yeah, so he was basically like, you're not worthy of that motorbike, that scooter. I'm going to take it. I'm going to either put myself over the cliff with it, or I'm just going to. And I think that with the song, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of that. I think it was Jimmy just going, this is all a big lie. This is all very fake. The birds aren't real. Your mates aren't real. We beat up Kev because he wanted that to stop, didn't he? He didn't like that.
did he beat up Kev?
Kev was the one, Kev, his mate.
Yeah.
You know when Spider gets a good hiding, then they just go looking for
They see the two.
the
whatever,
two.
Yeah.
That's Kev.
Oh shit.
You know when he starts shouting, stop it, leave it, then gets on his scooter, rides home, breaks his sunglasses, and
Oh, I didn't know.
that was Kev.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't pick that, but that's
So now Kev's a nice bloke, but because they were into different music, different motorbikes, well, Kev just likes motorbikes.
yeah.
He's not interested in the scene as it was. He just likes motorbikes, and he wears the levers because the
Wore
levers goes, not for long. Didn't do a lot, did he? Left as well, left quick because they're always bossing you about.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think the whole point is his whole bubble that he lives in is all just lies, really. None of it was true.
It's not. It's
The bellboy wasn't. The ace face was the lowest of the low. He was a fake.
For the man,
Mrs.
Poser.
Mrs. Not loyal at all.
Jumping to the next big thing.
Yeah.
That really got
His best mate Dave couldn't wait to steal his missus.
Westfall Hose.
He's worse. He's worse than Jimmy, Dave, because he can't wait to grab hold of it at the riot and just take her home, and then rubs his nose in it. Though that's awful in the cafe. Oh, he's lost his job. Let's rub his nose in. Oh no, he stole your missus as well. And you've been kicked out of home.
And the egg sandwich I just had, great.
That was a good egg sandwich. Yeah. So
you're right. Yeah. What a dog.
yeah.
Yeah. Nah, Brace before Hose wasn't invented until 1970s at least.
No, I don't think is it still a thing? Who
Should
knows?
be.
Who knows? So yeah. So I think that's him. The scooter symbolises the end of all of that, and he's walking away from it, as in walking away from the old scene.
So hopefully he goes back to his old job, begs for his job back, and then fucking gets.
Interestingly enough, somebody wrote a book. Not that one.
Oh.
After Quadrophenia. and it was a fan wrote a book about what would happen to Jimmy after all of that happened. But it is just somebody's interpretation of it. So I have the book right somewhere up there.
So,
but it was interesting. He turned into a bit of a criminal and a bit of a wheeler dealer, as you would expect from him. But
so after this movie ended, like I said, after watching the last 15 minutes in 1.5 speed, which was an accident.
It's very funny though. If you'd have watched it at the right speed, you see loads of little glaring errors at the end. So you actually see, it's obviously filmed from above. You actually see the helicopter shadow.
Yeah, and you see the previous trimax because they've obviously done
previous trimax, and then you also see he turns around to aim towards the cliff, and the windshield visory thing that's on the front of the bike is on there. Then the next minute it's off, and then it's back on again.
And that's another thing. Like, when they were filming this, I'm like, that's dangerously close. Like,
I was.
I'm like, is this comfortable? Or is there something like?
I think that every time I watch it as well, it's like
one bump, and there goes your actor and the scooter.
Which is where we'll go back to the actors.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they went to a drama school or one of these,
Yeah, cool.
One of these, theatre drama schools, whatever they were back in the day, and they must have just scooped everybody up for these main roles, and so many of them became famous.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay.
If we've talked about the Commitments, when pretty much no one other than Jimmy Rabbit's dad was probably famous.
Yeah.
Right, so we look at the cover of the original DVD. A lot of them. So have you heard of the Toya Wilcox? So that's Monkey with the short blonde hair.
Yeah, right.
She ended up being a singer, Toya. She's famous. Obviously, you've got Jimmy's Phil Daniels. Phil Daniels went on to be he's a famous actor. Been in a lot of things, a lot of movies, most of them went to movies or British TV shows, or were musicians.
Okay.
So Toya was a musician. I think she's an actress as well. Obviously Sting, The Police, and Sting, and he's an actor as well. Leslie Ash, who is the main girl in it, she's been in lots of stuff. Phil Daniels, the main character, Jimmy. There's Blur song Park Life?
No, one Blur song.
What's the one Blur song?
The one Blur song.
Well, there's not one Blur song. Let's not go down that.
The one everyone knows.
Which one?
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, well that's not Park Life. There's a song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one Blur song.
No. So there's a song called Park Life.
Does it go woohoo?
No.
Well, I don't know then.
I'll show it you later. But he's in that. He's in the video. He's the narrative voice in it. Right, okay. That's Phil Daniels, but he's very famous. And then a couple of others were like, so Kev, who was in the bath, naked Kev. Kev is Ray Winston. Have you heard of Ray Winston?
Name sounds familiar.
He's a big actor. So he's been in a lot of movies as well.
Name one.
No, Sexy Beast.
Name one that I would know.
Well, I don't know because he's not in any Dungeons and Dragons movies, so you won't know then.
I've only seen the one movie 1,000 times.
Yeah, and he's not in Elvis and he's not in Oppenheimer, so I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So strangely enough, all unknowns, all kids, many of them household British names, which you obviously wouldn't know because they weren't in Home and Away or Neighbours.
Whoa. They're fighting words. Leave them neighbours alone.
Rack off.
Rack off, you mole.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Are you in a gang then? Are you in a Lambretta gang?
It's not a gang. It's a way of life. It's not a Lambretta gang.
It's not a phase, Mum.
You have scooter clubs over here.
You in a scooter club?
I have ridden out with a scooter club.
Max Risties?
I don't know what they do behind closed doors.
You're a Max Wrist.
No. But yeah, Would you believe I'm probably the youngest one who drives?
No, I
Which is
wouldn't, no.
well, it is. It's clearly it's dying out. Well, it isn't dying out, but scooters are getting more expensive, getting much harder to find.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And
ever had a fight with a rival gang?
with a rocker gang,
Yeah.
I would if I came across them
Dirty rockers.
down here somewhere on a patch,
mate.
If I found them,
Mate.
Yeah,
they don't know what's coming. You and 4 other dweeby mates, fucking.
Yeah, but we got it, ain't we? But yeah, I have ridden my scooter with, and it's nice when it's a few of you riding around. It's good. Turns loads of heads. Everyone looks, and especially like a lot of English people over here, and they respect all that. They like it.
That's true. That is true.
Mm.
So the movie. Once I've watched the movie, there was some behind the scenes things on it, but I was like, it's late. I got to cook dinner, so I stopped it. But yeah, like one of the things he said was it's a rock opera. He wrote it as a rock opera. The film itself, I understand. Well, I don't know, man, because you're not getting the same. See, I'm under the impression that you're not meant to like Jimmy.
See, I think
I fucking hated it.
Okay,
I hated you.
I kind of think
so
that
I couldn't enjoy the movie.
Everybody's got a bit of Jimmy. It's that Jimmy wanted to be popular. Jimmy wanted to be the funniest, the best looking, the best dancer, have the best scooter, the best fighter. I don't know. Jimmy just wanted it all, but he always fell short, didn't he? It's like he got the girl, but he didn't get it for long. He got the stage, but he didn't get it for long. You know, he threw himself off the
scooter.
He got his scooter, but he got someone else's scooter, but his scooter got written off. You know, and then he had quite a good job, but he blew that because
I just
it all came on top for little Jimmy.
I know the themes of it because even in the behind the scenes, it said like what he's touched on before about it was the generation where they had money, they had access to transport, they wanted their own identity and that free love as well. But it's just that he was so fucking annoying, and just like he pissed me off with the stuff he did. He's just the worst person. It's hard, and the movie tries to make you sympathetic to him, but I'm like, no, he doesn't deserve any bit of sympathy from me. Like I get it.
He was a trier, wasn't he? He was a trier, but he just nothing come natural. He didn't quite get it right,
Then you have to try for everything.
Then he amplified it by taking lots and lots of drugs, which made him worse. It didn't make him better in any way. It just made him worse because he couldn't then do anything. Couldn't live at home. Couldn't hold a job down. Couldn't keep the girlfriend. Couldn't stay mates. Although he's mates.
Also,
But it all dawned on him at the end, didn't he? When he saw Bellboy, it all dawned on him that it was all fake anyway.
Yeah, that was good. That's when I was like, oh, Bellboy. That's why the song's called Bellboy. That's pretty funny. But as a movie, again, I've already sort of said my problems with it. Montages are too long. Could have been one montage. It didn't get to the point of the movie to 37 minutes.
But I think you're judging a movie on Hollywood. All your movies you watch are Hollywood movies where they're all like brushed and polished and nice
it's simple narrative structure. You can't otherwise you're just watching a guy go about his day. Like, okay, but what?
I think it's brilliant. It leads.
You need a hook to stay to the end. No. And they didn't get this for 37 minutes in.
Telling a story about what it was all like. That's what it was like.
Yeah, but
it's still a shorter movie than Dungeons and Dragons. which we've discussed.
I watched it on 1.5 speed as well.
I would have watched that. I didn't realise we could
Complete accident.
I didn't realise we could do that.
Complete accident. But
you better pick something good next time, or that's accidentally getting.
But movie-wise, again, giving its budget, its time frame, and the album it's based on, it was still good. Don't get me wrong. It could have been. I know it's not meant to be, but I would have liked a bit more laughs. But I know it's not a comedy. But it was just so depressing.
Do you reckon? I don't think it's
I just
depressing.
hated him. Turn that camera around. I hate him. Like
Yeah.
he just pissed me off, and I was like, it's hard to feel anything but hatred towards this kid. I understand he's a representation of young spirit trying and failing and trying again, but it's just so annoying, man. I hated this kid, bro.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get the whole, like I've really touched on it 3 times now. But
So come on, what are you going to score?
I will give this film a 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because there is a message. There is a theme. There's a reason for it. It's just, again, personally, it's a bit too dated for me.
Yeah.
But the foundations of the messaging and the reason behind it is good enough to push it up there. Like, I probably would watch this. If I recommended this to someone, I would watch it with them. And so that way I can answer all the questions that I have. I'll be like, don't worry, it's meant to be like this. And okay. 8, knowing the history and the thing behind it. If you were just to come across this on Netflix and didn't know you knew the Who, but you didn't know anything about there was an album associated to it, and you watch it, you'd last 10 minutes and go, it's not funny. It's not. There's no like draw to it, so it needs a hook. But an 8 for me. So yeah.
9 for me.
Slut.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Always have loved it. Yeah. Just think it's brilliant.
Would you like a modern remake?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
Fair enough.
I don't think it. I think it's the last great mod film.
Thanks for watching another episode of Law Abiding Criticisms.
Thank you very much. Next time, something completely different.
We eat a rusty hook.
What? Eat a rusty hook. Right.